And hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new series of the Shadow Side playing Avorion. Now, this is actually the second time that I have started to trying to play this, because the first one actively fucks up my recording and pretty much screwed everything over. So yeah, welcome back for me, but welcome to for you. So we'll go ahead and name this series save. If I can actually type correctly. Right. I'm going to go ahead and type in a load of random bullshit for my seed. I'm going to put it onto veteran difficulty because I've had a little bit of time with this already. And half collision damage because collision damage is somewhat fucking nuts. So starts a single player server on your computer and then connects to it, which is a real interesting way of doing it, you know, Minecraft-y style. Server is private, only you can connect to it, you don't need an internet connection. There we go. So let's start a game. So Avorion is basically Freelancer meets X-Wing meets the X series, as in X, X2, X3, the threat, X4 and so on. I have no idea if there's an X5. Minecraft on top, where you can build your own ships, obviously, because they're all very blockly styled, as you can see. There is an overarching plot. You can build, eventually, I've been nowhere near this stage of the game yet, your own capital ships, your own space stations, your own items and equipment, and explore the great beyond. So, as you can see, I've spawned in next to an NPC space station. It's a resource depot. Oh my god, I was not expecting this at all. Fuck me, that's a lucky start. Okay. I was about to start gathering some iron, but instead I found myself slapped right next to a titanium asteroid. Now, one of the things you need to do in your early game is work out how to start building your own ship, and we'll hop on with that in a minute. But one of the things you do need quite desperately early on is a means of power generation. And to do that, you either need a metric fuck ton of solar panels, which you can build with iron as material, or if you're lucky enough to find some titanium, like I have just done, literally turn around, there's a fucking great asteroid worth titanium there, you can build a generator, and if you're lucky, a form of energy capacity block, which allows you to hold the extra power you're generating. So I have just literally jumped in and paid up right there and then. Granted, you might see the titanium count is in the thousands, but what I'm receiving is only in the hundreds, and that's due to the quality of my mining lasers on this drum. So I'm lucky to have found it, and there may or may not be a couple more of these nodes just dotted around. But for the very beginning of my adventure in Avorion, it's not exactly going to do me much cop, if that makes sense. You know, it'll be enough to get me off the ground, but it's incredibly doubtful I'm going to be able to build an entire ship out of titanium just yet. So, I'll just wait for this to chip away. If I'm lucky, and I'm hoping I'm lucky, I might just be able to rip out 1,000 or so titanium out of this asteroid altogether. We're now at 800. Come on, diggy 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 diggy. Right, there's the health bar just down there. It tells me how far through mining this I am. Right, 125. How much did I get? 1,042 titanium off of what was basically me slapping the keyboard. You heard me do it, you see me do it. It's not something that I've gone searching for. That is just literally what the game has chucked at me for effectively slapping my dick on the keyboard until I reached a point where I could, you know, start the game. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to mine this iron asteroid for materials because we need 500 iron ore in order to found our first ship. chip, chip away. Chippity chip, 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 chip. Come on. Just realised my in-game volume settings might be a little bit high for this. Graphics, control, sound. Let's turn the master down to about 50%. And that should be a little easier on everybody's ears. I hope. Right. So we're up to 1,000 or so iron with that first asteroid depleted. Now let's just have a quick snoot around, because I did spy a couple of other iron ones, but no more titanium. Not on my doorstep anyway. We will go and hunt down that little rock over there. I'm coming for you. Come on. A little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer. Bollocks, not that close. I've dinged me down. So we'll just tear apart this rock. Get some more iron out of it. Bit more iron. So let's just have a quick look around our surroundings. And there we go, some more iron over here. So we're just gonna nom 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 our way through this one. And then we should, in theory, be ready to build our first ship in our first episode. So let's break this down. Almost getting to that point where I'm ready now. The real question is do I bother mining any more iron, or do I just... Now let's go ahead and found our first ship. So if I press shift, I will found my first ship for 500 iron. And I am a massive Coheed and Cambria fan, so I'm going to go ahead and name my ship A Favour House at Atlantic, which is that song that many stupid people have also gone, oh, is that Good Eye Sniper? It's like, no, the song is called A Favour House Atlantic. It's named after the ship in the story. Learn your facts, get it right. I also have a massive, like, sleeve-sized Coheed tattoo of the keywork set against the Monstar virus, the dragonfly that the dragonfly that represents both the virus and Claudio Sanchez's father's addiction to meth. But we're not exactly here to discuss this. It's just a name for a ship that I've picked because it's also the name of a ship, and the whole thing is quite cool. Now I've selected Iron Frameworks. What we have here, right here and now is a framework, well, an iron hull block that will be the middle of our ship. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give 1, 2, should I go for 3/4? I'm going to go for 3/4. I'm going to go ahead and give it some cargo space. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go into titanium building blocks, because over here what we have is a titanium generator and a titanium energy container. And if I'm also kind of lucky, yes, I do have enough titanium to give it an integrity field generator, which I'm also going to put one... Oh god no, that took up a lot of cash. No. Let's not bother with the integrity field generator just yet. So we're going to go back over to iron, and we've got these frameworks, which I can use to pad out space in my ship that I... let's match block and match shape. Right, here we go. To pad out space in my ship that I want to put things into later, but don't have the ability or the resources to do so yet. So just go ahead and pad out with some framework. Alright, so one thing I am going to make sure of is I'm going to put some gyro arrays on the front and the back. And I've just forgotten that I've done that in mirror mode because I'm an idiot. So let's go ahead and do what I was doing again, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stick some that can rotate forward and then some that can rotate sideways. At this point I'm also going to put on the... No, I'm going to run out of iron, putting on the engines. Right, okay. Okay. Do I have enough for... No, that's an assembly. I want a turret base. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna... Fuck's sake, stop! Right. Because one thing that I have found that I quite like is from the Steam Workshop. These are the asymmetrical military turrets. You can find the guy who did them on the workshop. You can find all of his bits and pieces. And they are pretty damn cool. Right, I am done. So I can put a turret on that base to finish it. I'm also now going to go to... what? Okay, fine. Fine. Be a dick about it. So let's put the iron turret on that side. And the iron... Oh, right, it uses the same design for the whole turret. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. I can roll with that. So we need no... We've got no crew, we've got no engineers, no miners, no mechanics. My brake thrust, my yaw, everything about my ship is bad. But it is a ship that I can't turn or mine with. Okay. So let's get back into my little mighty drone, because you can see how big that is in comparison to this. And dink an asteroid, because I'm a fucking idiot. Right. So we're going to cut apart some more of this. Come on. Just need the additional iron so we can put in a couple more blocks. At least I know that my first ship, where it is one, relatively safe, and two, it's not going to run out of power or receive any damage just while it's, well, It might receive damage because it's got no mechanics, but it's not damage that can't be repaired. But it's not going to come under enemy fire just from being sat on there. It is just slightly annoying that I now have to sort out all of its thrust and speed and everything else. And run around grabbing more resources for that, because I then have to go and get crew for it, and I hope I've got the resources from the iron and everything else to sell, so that I can then put people in the vessels so it works appropriately. So let's go fly near the selected ship to enter it. Okay. That should come up as the T button. T. Okay. B. So we were just putting down our gyros and our engines. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back into mirror Y, and I'm going to select these two blocks and realise that I've mirrored Y instead of X. So delete and delete. And in both sides of here, if I've got the resources to do so, iron thruster, and I've run out of credits. But my ship now has some turning capability. So, hire crew. So you have engineers, mechanics. Okay. Well, let's get mechanics on board first. That way my ship won't come under damage just from being sat around. And there's the docking platform, so we're going to rise up and across. Come on! Just ease in ever so gently. Hire crew. So can I hire... Let's see, how many do we need? We need 2 mechanics. Do I have enough cash? No, I do not have enough cash. So, trade materials. I want to sell. How much titanium have I got? 502 units of titanium, which would... Okay, yeah. So I've got no titanium left. But in theory, I shouldn't actually need it. So let's go ahead and hire my 2 mechanics that I need. That should pop up on here eventually. I need 2 engineers, but because it won't show up properly on there, so we go crew. So we've got our 3 out of 3 required mechanics. We've got 4.5 out of 2 engineers. So what we need now is miners, so I can operate my mining turrets. So you do not sell miners here, but what you will sell is gunners. So if I go back into here, I'm actually going to go ahead and delete one of my iron cargo bays, and in its place I am going to insert another turret block. So this turret block over here, if I remove and select, I'm going to use one of the other turrets that I've picked up from the Steam Workshop, which is this glorious asymmetric turret. So, wait, what am I doing? Right, let's go back. And now from my menu, I have these 2. Oh, they're double chain guns. Okay, never mind, never mind. Yes, we're going to use that design instead. Okay. And we'll plop you in there. So we now have 2 mining turrets and 1 deck gun. So to use the deck gun, what we're going to need to do is most likely dock again. Hire crew. We're going to need 2 gunners, but because they work in 1.5 as professionals, I'm going to hire 2. So our gunnery will be slightly more effective than it should be. So we need miners and we need a sergeant, because miners, not enough crewmen to man mining turrets, and not enough sergeants to keep morale up. And morale will allow my guys to level up. So over at the shipyard, you have miners who are ready to go. So let's go over there. So we've already shot up from our previous speed of about 300 meters a second to a quite impressive high of, what was that, 1008? And a cruising speed of 337 meters per second. But granted, our ship is, at the moment, mostly made out of iron scaffolding blocks. So it is basically made out of, tissue paper. But those framework blocks will allow me space to build and upgrade in later once I have more or better materials. So we are going to go ahead and dock. We're going to hire crew. So for our mining turrets, we're going to need 2 miners. Three out of 4. Okay, so we need 1 more miner. And now we need a sergeant just to keep up morale. How many crew have we got? 10. So we need 1 sergeant to keep morale up. Right, so let's pop on over there. We're going to go to this and we're going to put a double chain gun onto key number 2. So if we hit key number 2, we have our deck gun. Key number 1 is our mining lasers. So somewhere in this system, let's see the equipment dock. Hire crew. Captains. Where else is there in this system? Let's go to the map. So resource depot, shipyard, repair dock, and equipment dock. So what was that behind me? That was the repair dock. That's the resource depot. That's the equipment dock. So where is that the shipyard down there? No, that's the crystal farm. Do you have crew? You have sergeants. Okay. So we'll go flying over there. This might take a little while. We'll disable the mining turrets for now. All we need to do is just to be able to fly. And because of the amount of power our engines are taking up in comparison to the amount of power that the generator's putting out for a ship of this size, we can actually boost for quite a while before we have to worry about any form of energy issues. But what I am worried about is the sheer number of asteroids there are around this crystal mine. That is particularly worrying when you've got a ship that's mostly made out of scaffolding. One dink and this whole thing could basically fall apart. So let's just ease in very, very gently, Captain, to the dock. Come on. Because we're dealing with less than 80 meters away. F. Okay, so hire crew. I'm actually going to go ahead and hire 2 sergeants. Or rather, I would do if I had enough money. Can we hire 1? No, I can't even hire 1. Bugger me. Right, okay. I'm going to finish this episode here. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead, do a bit more mining, gather a bit more cash, get our sergeants in, and then we will finish padding up our first ship, the Favor House Atlantic, and I will see you all in the next episode. Ta-ra for now.